Welcome to Excel Speedrun episode 23. By the end of this video, we are going to learn about the most important topic we have to learn, data validation and using different types of data validations. So what is data validation? Sometimes you want to restrict the input in the cell, you can use data validation. If you don't understand what I am saying, you can understand it soon once I start with the examples. Before that, we will learn what are the different types of data validations we can use. Any value, whole number, decimal, date, time, and length. These are all examples of data validation we can use and we are going to learn. There are a lot of custom others too, but we are not going to touch them as they are not that important for us now. Here we are in a fresh Excel sheet and then we are going to start with data validation. Now let us see how to add data validation. Let's go first add a border so that we can find in which cell we have added the data validations. Now let us add the first data validation. First go to the data tab, then click on the cell, then click on data validation. Once you click a data validation will get assigned to a cell. Now if you don't want a data validation, you can click on clear all. If you want a data validation, click on criteria. You can allow any value, a whole number, decimal, list, date, time, text length and custom. Let us start with whole number. So for whole number, we have under data option we have between, not between, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. It is useful in different kinds of circumstances. It will also be helpful if you want to get any forms filled using Excel. Let us type between and then apply the minimum value as 0 and maximum value as 10. Then we click on OK and now the data validation is applied to the cell. If you want to check the data validation applied to the cell, you just click on the data validation. If you don't want this, click on clear all. Now let us see what we learn when we see the data validation. Now 1 is between 1 to 7, so 1 will get accepted. But if we type 11, we will get an error since 11 is not less than 10. Then we have different types of data validations following decimal. Let us type the decimal equal to, and this is type 12.30. Okay. Then if we type 12.30, the Excel accepts the value. Otherwise, it gives an error message. The next we are having is data validation of the date. So let us type the date equal to 12/6/12. Now let us click on OK. Now if we enter any other date than 12/6/12, then we will get an error message. Otherwise, we will not get an error message. The same goes data validation for other sources such as time between 2:30 to the end time 3. Now let us click on OK and let us type time as 2:45. It gets accepted. Following that we have data validation with text length. So let us see the data validation with text length. The data should be between 5 words to maximum of 10 words. Let us click on OK. Now let us add something. Example, Excel. It has 5 words, so this gets accepted. But let us write the name of the program Excel Speedrun. The data will not get accepted. If we just type the speedrun, it will still get accepted. But if we just have the run, it will again not get accepted. Later we have one more thing we need to see. But now let us check what are other things you can do using data validation. Then we are going to learn how to add input and error messages. We have input messages, validations and error message once we open the validation tab. What is input message? The input message tells us what do we have to input and what are the conditions of input, where the error message shows the errors if you find the data validation as incorrect. Now, as we have seen, when we type the data as wrong, we get a cross sign with the information that our data is wrong. But you can also customize that according to your liking. Now, let us see this in Excel. Now, let us add data validation. Under the city, let us type whole numbers. The minimum be 0 and the maximum be 9. Then in the input message, write the title as 10. And then input messages, the 10 should not be entered in this cell. In this way, you can write an input message. About the error alert, we see you can add the style as warning, stop, or information. Since the information looks good, we will stick with information. And as the title, we will write error number not right. And the error message should be 10 should not be entered in this cell. Let's click on OK. Once you click on the cell, you can see the input as 10. The 10 should not be entered in this cell. Now let us try to enter 10. Click on OK. The error number not right, 10 should not be entered in this cell. We click on OK. This is because our data validation only is from 0 to 9. Let us add some number between 0 to 9. For example, 3. We will not get the error message. Now, the last thing we are going to learn is how to delete the cells. But before that, we are going to learn one more shortcut. Just imagine if you didn't have the cell borders and you had no information and you were just typing anything and you are getting an error. So how you can find the data validations located in these cells? Go to find and search and select on data validations. The cell range of data validation will get selected. Once you have the data validation cell selected, go to data validation and then click on clear all and then OK. See, the data validations are removed. In this way, you can add, remove, modify the data validations along with adding input and error messages. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out our different videos too. Till then, bye.